Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to do an update on a couple of the stocks in my portfolio. And this isn't going to be a full portfolio review. I know that's been requested a lot, and that is coming along with my watch list. So watch out for those two videos early next week. But in this video, I'm going to update you on specifically Acorn stock and then Immunomedic stocks. Both are very small positions, but there's been a lot of action with these two names lately. So I'm going to break it all down for you in this video. So with Acorn, there was some big news. They finalized their sale to lenders and exit Chapter 11 protection. So remember, this is what we were waiting for when I made my first video talking about Acorn, how they're currently in bankruptcy court. And right now it's just a matter of who they're going to sell the company to, who's going to buy all of the assets, and at what price. And that will determine if the shareholders get anything. So as a part of this restructuring, Acorn's long-term debt has been cut in half, and they have a new credit line to ensure a stronger balance sheet. And the interesting thing is Acorn is now operating as a private entity. So it looks like someone bought the company and turned it into a private corporation. Now, there hasn't been a huge amount of information about this deal yet. I am expecting a lot more to come out over the next few days and weeks, but we do know a few things for right now. Here's a filing that was published on September 23rd, so just 10 days ago, talking about Acorn and the anticipated cash settlement. So what this filing shows is that on September 4th, the bankruptcy court confirmed the plan of Acorn and that when the company is sold, all the shares will be canceled and AKRXQ shareholders will be entitled to receive an amount in cash equal to the pro rata portion of the distributable proceeds, if any. So we know that, but the problem is we don't know if there will be any proceeds left over after all the debts are paid off because we don't yet know the price of the sale. I have not found any filing yet that actually shows the amount that the sale was of Acorn. And that amount of the sale is really what we're looking for. And the amount of money that Acorn got for the sale is really what determines if shareholders get anything. I think in my first video I said it was somewhere around $1 to $1.1 billion. That was sort of the line where if the company sold for above that, there was a chance that shareholders would get something, and if the company sold under that, then the chances were very low. And here is another filing. This is from October 1st, so just a couple of days ago, again talking about the successful sale, a completion of the sale to the company's term loan lenders. All right, so here's the downside of this. In my original video talking about Acorn, I said the possibility of another bidder coming in to buy the company would drive the price up and would almost certainly leave something left for shareholders. But from these developments, it looks like there were no additional bidders to come in, and the court did not rule to give Acorn more time until there were more normalized economic conditions to find another buyer. So it looks like this was just a classic selling the company to the lenders who have now taken control of the company and made it and turned it into a private entity. And so because of that, the odds of the price being more than the default bid are probably not very high. And in that case, it is still very unclear what the final price was and if shareholders will get anything back for owning Acorn shares. So because of that, the fact that there were no extra bidders to drive the price up, it seems very likely that the shares will end up worthless. And so unless some other development comes out of this, that is just what I'm going to assume. This is really what I assumed from the beginning, from before I even bought this stock, knowing that I was in bankruptcy court, an extremely low chance that it worked out, and an overwhelming certainty that the shares would end up worthless. And that is really how it's looking right now. Not a big deal to me. I sized my position accordingly so that it doesn't really affect me with a permanent loss like this. And I also think this stock has now stopped trading on the stock exchange. I had a few comments talking about that in my last video. So it looks like that's it for this company. The shares aren't trading anymore, and now it's just a matter of time of waiting until the details come out for how much the company was sold for. Again, I do not expect the shares to be worth anything since there were no additional bidders for the company. All right, and so that was the bad news of this video, but now we're on to the good news, which is my latest stock buy, Immunomedic, is moving forward with the buyout from Gilead, and we have now seen the tender offer actually start. So if you own this stock, you should have gotten a message from whatever platform you buy stocks with. I'm with Charles Schwab, so this is the notice that was in my account talking about the buyout at $88 per share. And so right now the good news is the tender offer has already started. We're writing to let you know about a tender offer you may participate in. So what's happening is the company is already starting to tender their shares. Again, the deal's going through at a price of $88 per share. So this is very good news and proves that the process is moving forward rather quickly. And right now I think it's just a matter of waiting until 50% of all shares of this company are tendered, and at that point the buyout will go through. And I do not think it will be any problem getting 50% of the shares tendered. If we take a look on FinViz, the institutional ownership of the stock is 90%. So 90% of the stock is owned by institutions, and I'm sure they will be extremely happy to be getting this stock off their hands for $88 per share, considering it was trading at just $20 at the beginning of this year. And the crazy thing about this is that you can still buy the stock if you want. The stock is trading at just over $85. And so obviously there's always a risk of the deal falling apart for some reason and the shares crashing back down. But from what it looks like right now, it's extremely likely that this deal goes through, and goes through a lot faster than I originally anticipated. So after this announcement, I picked up some more of these shares. So now I wouldn't be surprised if the deal was completed by the end of this month, the end of October. I think in my last video, I calculated that if this was completed at the end of 2020, it would be something like a 12-13% annualized return. But now if it only takes a month compared to the 3 months that I projected in my first video talking about this stock, then we're looking at more like a 36% annualized return, which is extremely good. So again, this isn't financial advice telling you to buy this stock, but just to give you an update on the progress of the stock, the tender offer has started, and once half of the shares outstanding are tendered, the buyout will go through. So that's it for this video. Just want to give you an update on a couple of the stocks in my portfolio, my full portfolio reveal, and my watch list. Those two videos will be coming out very soon, so be on the lookout for those probably sometime early next week. If you enjoyed this update, hit the like button. It helps out my channel a ton. And if this is your first time watching one of my videos, subscribe to the channel right now and hit the bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. So that's it for now, and I'll see you next time.